Welcome to number one, a very tired me. I've just come back from my night shift, and I've just come back from just outside town because I finally got my Xperia X, and this is the unboxing video for that very phone. I'm so excited right now. Can you feel my excitement? Hope you can. I know I don't sound enthusiastic. That's because I'm very tired. But let's do this. This should be, according to my, experience in the shop, almost exactly the same size as my Xperia E5. But a very souped up version. Here's my E5. Say hello, E5. Yeah. Except goodbye E5, because I'm selling that on. And here it is time for the unveiling of my new Sony phone that's hopefully going to last me a while. First, I'd like to apologise for the appalling state of the box there. There's no... I don't know what they've been doing with it in Argos. This is the last one left. And you always have warning lights flashing in your mind every time you go to Argos and you type in the item you want, and it says, "We have one in stock," and you think, that's the one they've been throwing around the warehouse and having a laugh with at my expense. Anyway, the quick charge sign on the side leads you to hope for great things. 5.5 hours in 10 minutes of charging. Yes. That's quite impressive. LTE 4G. Why did he even bother putting the LTE? Who cares? All we want to know is that it's 4G. You don't go into a phone shop and say, "Oh, is that phone LTE though?" No! You're only ever going to say 4G, aren't you? Yes. I thought as much. 4G being important because, of course, they're just about to start rolling out 5G. You can't ever keep up, and you can't ever win. Just know that, and then you'll stay sane. Anyway, here we go. If I can ever get that box off. Come on, don't make me hurt you in any way. Of course I'm not going to hurt my phone. Right. Look at that lovely pink colour. Look at that lovely lime colour. Look at that lovely pink colour again. And look at that lovely blue colour. That's the only acceptable side of this box on the inside. Okay. Here is the beauty itself. I'm hoping this is brand new considering the state of that box. I was not overly impressed. Oh yes, look at that. It is a thing of beauty. I think so anyway. And let's do this comparison. You can see that it's actually a bit thinner. I can't believe it. It's slightly thinner, it seems, than my E5, and yet with better spec. Let me ask you something, Sony. Just what are you thinking? I know they're not going to answer me. I'm being rhetorical. What the hell are you thinking in 2016, bringing out a budget phone with 1.5 gigabytes of RAM in? That's not how you do it, because in 2014 Asus launched a Zen phone with 2 gigabytes of RAM, and that phone costs around £100 now. But even at launch it was about 180 top. I think. So tell me how you can justify that. You see, what you do to get customers flocking to you is you release a phone with 2 gigabytes in at around £150, and then they say, oh yeah, Sony have made a really nice budget phone. They've powered it nicely with 2 gigabytes. I like Sony, I'm going to buy more Sony products. Not, oh my god, why has this only got 1.5 gigabytes in 2016? What the hell are you doing? I think I'm going to have to buy another phone instead. Which is actually me. Anyway, no such issue here because this phone has 3 gigabytes of RAM. All tucked away in there somewhere. Fingerprint sensor, which I'm very much looking forward to being flash with and pretending I'm in the future, because that's what it's like. Actually works quite well, I have to say. I'm saying that because I returned a Xperia Z5, and that has a fingerprint sensor. Way ahead of the game there. Also, it has an octa-core Snapdragon 650, which I'm looking forward to experiencing with an Xperia. Oh, it just flows out of my mouth right now. All the X's. Anyway, so obviously that's the phone. I'm guessing you're thinking right now, what the hell are you doing? Get the hell on with it. Okay, this is happening. What's next? It's a piece of plain cardboard. Conveniently, there's a hole there for you to look through and observe in a kind of James Bond style what's coming next in this video. Ding 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 ding. It's a box that's coming next. No more special effects. I'm sorry. Oh, that works quite well. I'm going to use this in future videos. What is Stephen doing today? Let's look through the hole and find out. Okay. No, okay. I was feeling that. You're not feeling me, are you? Next is the all-important box containing some paper, which is essential for all you boxed paper loving people out there. Instructions, startup guide. Turn it on. Nano SIM, that's all I need to know. Now, they've done the same tray as in the Xperia Z5, which I have to say, once you get used to it, it's actually, and once you realise what they're trying to do, it's quite okay to use. But for the very first time, it's quite scary to sort that out because it's so fragile. This tiny, flimsy little thing. But I mean, ideally, I never want to have to take that out again until I change the phone. I've got 64 gigabytes on my micro SD card. For anyone geeky like me, I realise that it's not entirely 64 gigabytes, it's about 58 or something. But put it this way, I've never reached close to the limit of that storage, so I won't have to change that either, hopefully. Oh, we all need to know about European directives here, particularly as we're not going to be part of Europe next year. We don't care about that anymore. No. What's important is what's deeper inside the box. There it is. It's the quick charge beauty. Do I get to flip up a little pin there? Yes, I do. I could do that pretty much for about 10 minutes at least. That's a solid pin action there. I'm looking forward to trying that. What's next is nothing at all. And I think we need confirmation of that there's nothing at all with this special effect here. Yeah, we're going to examine it all over. Yeah, no, there is nothing. This video lasts 10 minutes so far, and I'm not even going to edit it. It's going to be a one-shot wonder. Because if I did edit it, I know that YouTube would be stuck at 26% for about a week. So that's not going to happen. Okay, I'm framing it nicely for you here. Do you like that? Do you appreciate that? I hope so. What's next is this little wire, which of course I will remove this annoying yet very necessary tape thing around the wire. And there's my quick charge set up. Stick it in the back. Up that way. I always get these the wrong way around, even though it's so obvious how they go. Right, there we go. It's in. We're away. We're quick charging. Well, we're not quick charging in midair. That would clearly be quite an achievement, actually. But no, electricity hasn't come that far yet. Wait a few years for that one. And oh no, there are no high-res headphones. Oh, I am so disappointed. Oh, I really wanted some headphones. Can you detect my slight insincerity? I don't want any headphones. I just throw them away. It's the first thing I ever do with them. So, in other words, underneath here we have nothing at all. It's a kind of it's like a coffin for my previous phone. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to mourn the passing of a reliable phone, if slightly underpowered phone by Sony. And it was not always the greatest phone. It wasn't always the fastest phone. But it was a phone that you could do stuff on and use WhatsApp on. So in that sense, it was a phone that's life was well lived, and it served its purpose. So, with that being said, goodbye E5. It's as if it was never there. Look. Was there anything there? No, it was your imagination. It's just an empty box. And here is the beast. I can't wait to start using this. Let's see if I can remove this cover and not have my face reflected back at me in a glaring and painful manner, because I'm over the other side and I'd have to aim it back at me if I was to pick myself up. Oh, look at that. Am I reflected? Let's hope not. But yes, I'm happy. I am very happy. I'm looking forward to trying this out. It's highly reflective. Highly reflective. I can speak. I just need some sleep in addition to speaking some more. I don't know how to get that sticker off. I don't want to try because I know it's going to reflect back at me. In photos of this phone, it does look very bumpy, but I have to say, right here and now, it is not bumpy in the slightest, in a horrible way, because I was really worrying that I was not going to like that, but it doesn't show. The photos, all the photos you'll see of this phone head on, make it look really like a really bumpy surface, like a really bumpy edge. The edges are bumpy, but they're not. So it's just a photographic illusion, and the actual feel and sense of the phone is really quite beautiful. I'm feeling quite emotional now. I think I'm going to cry over this phone. I'm not going to cry over this phone. Do you know why? Because it's not waterproof. So that would be a bad idea. And am I gutted it's not waterproof? Only slightly. It's not critical. Front-facing speakers, and that one, which I'm very happy about. Looking forward to those. And there's your quick charge port. There's your fiddly, but essentially efficient card slot for all your cards, both your cards. There's something iPhone 7 users can only dream about. It's a headphone socket. Imagine that. They're quite handy things, you know. Most people think so. But I guess that's tough luck. 23 megapixel camera, in case you ever weren't aware of that fact. Really nicely framed by that really flashy ring around there. I like that. I'm liking that. It's pulse flash. I'll have to see how that works. Oh, I've kicked my tripod. I do apologise. It's a nicer finish than I was expecting on the back, actually. Although, I mean, they call this phone black. I mean, you could hardly call it black apart from when the screen's blank. That's really the only black part of this phone, because, yeah, the rest is not. But it's very sturdy. And guess what I'm going to say next? I'm going to say, feels lovely in the hand. I don't care how rubbished that was by some snotty tech reviewer I've seen on YouTube. He called it a generic comment. And that was interesting because he was American, reviewing the American version of this phone, which he was bemoaning the fact that this side button was all squishy. He didn't even seem to realise that the fingerprint sensor was deactivated in the American models. So, yeah, sorry, but not sorry. And I'm extremely happy because it feels exactly the same as my previous phone, my E5, except it's probably over twice as powerful. Also cost £250 more. There was that slight aspect, so it was over double the price. But I feel if this is going to last me years, which I plan on making it last, then it's money well spent. It's their previous flagship. It's not their flagship anymore. That's the XZ. But I have high hopes. So there you go. There is my Xperia X, which I cannot wait to start using. So that said, this video comes in at just under 20 minutes. Oh my god. Are you falling asleep yet? Because I'm going to be falling asleep very shortly. It's my bedtime, so good night.